You are listening to The Ben Keech Show, where every day the objective is simple. Ben will never stop fighting the fight and lighting the light on topics that affect you every day.
Welcome back, everybody, to the studio where the magic happens in Kansas City. Wherever you're watching, hope all is well in your world. We're on episode 8, The Ben Keech Show. My name is Ben Keech, imagine that. And this was a two-parter. So if you didn't catch part 1, you can pause or listen backwards. I don't really care, but I hope you listen. And the name of the episode is What's Wrong With You? And this is part 2, because there's just so many things to talk about. Yeah, anyway. Just wait till I get to the episodes What's Wrong With Ben. That could be a 5-part series, but we'll see what happens. We're not quite there yet. So just to kind of summarize a little bit, when we talked last week about what's wrong with you, we talked a lot about vision and where we get our vision from and how we can have vision but can get knocked off track, and the importance of knowing ourself and what is inside of us ready to give. Today, the focus isn't as much about vision. Today, the focus is action. You say you have this vision for yourself, just like I said last week about my son. So what are you going to do about it? My children are all very motivated in different ways, in different avenues of their life. And we have a lot of different kind of family jokes about, if, especially with William. William loves to razz everybody. But he's not going to take some empty words and just let you get away with it. If you want something, you have to have action. And that's just kind of I'm not even taking any credit for that. They are very motivated children in their own ways. They accomplish different things, but the main thing is quit talking about your cute ideas, quit talking about what you want to do or some pie in the sky thing. What are you doing? Because having a vision, having a dream, having something that sounds great to say to people, cool, good job, good deal. It's never going to be accomplished if you don't do something about it. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. I decided to get a little creative. This was probably my teacher side of me, but I did what do you call it? Like an acronym, not an acronym. I took 4 categories today, and I took the first letter, and I'm forgetting what that is, but I know somebody out there knows. And I took DOPE, dope. So if you have no action, you're just a dope. If that hurts your feelings, sorry, I'm not always good at, caring about everybody's feelings in the world. But anyway, I care because I'm here. So, right, is that enough? Hopefully so. So let's take the D in dope. Why are people not taking action for their dreams and their visions? The first one is they're distracted. That's the D. They're distracted by life. They're busy doing other things. So let's look at some of those things that people are distracted doing. Your kids are playing too many video games. That's pretty much a fact for almost every kid that's listening. It's way too many. It's so easy and so convenient, and it's not all bad, and it can be fun, and it can bring people together, and there's some social interaction with that. Your kid's not doing what they're supposed to because of that. That's what's important. That's a distraction. There needs to be limitations to that. Distractions can come in a lot of other ways. The basic ones we might talk about, you're watching too much Netflix, or you're working too much. We're distracted. If you want to put action to your vision, then there has to be concrete steps daily. It could be the babyest step, the smallest little step. It's got to happen. If you don't do that, day 1, day 2, day 3, I'm saying every single day there has to be a little step getting you where you want to go. If you're distracted, you're not going to get there. And especially if you're being distracted by things that don't matter, that don't have any life fulfilling element to it. And I'm not saying that you can't relax. I'm not saying that you can't do things that don't have really too much value to them. But again, your vision is special. Your action is important and necessary. Don't get distracted. Okay, that's the D of dope. O, you're overwhelmed by your dreams. You have the dreams. You have vision. You have ideas. Really, actually wonderful ones. But it just seems so out there. I don't even know what to do. It's overwhelming. Maybe I'm not even good enough, and maybe I don't know. Where do I start? It's actually it's not really the best conversation to have to somebody, especially if this is a reoccurring thing. So pretend you're having a conversation with somebody about, boy, I really want to open a bakery. I really want to start this, I keep thinking a website. It's not really what I'm thinking. I want to start a business. I want to do these things. And you keep telling people you want to do them. And the first couple of times, like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. You'd be so good at that. The 8th time, the 15th time, you say the same thing. It's like, yeah, cool, great story. You're doing nothing about it. Don't tell people your vision. Don't get them to give you all of the accolades and the belief. That's okay. But if you're not doing anything about it, okay, then do something, or it becomes wasted words. And it's almost as if you're searching for validation. You already have an amazing idea. You're just not doing anything. People believe in you, but you're not doing anything. And a lot of times it's just because you're overwhelmed. It just seems so whatever. Take steps. Move forward. Okay, the P in dope. The P is prioritized. How do you prioritize what's important in your life? So there's things we have to do. We have to give our wife a hug and a kiss. We have to go get it. We have to bring home money. We have to have conversations with our kids. We have to do these things. But how we prioritize the time that we have every day shows what we're really passionate about and what we're willing to do. Do you know that we're not all created equal in the sense of effort and organization and how we decide to do something? Some people, it's important for them to, from 4:30 to 5 every day, I'm going to do this act. I'm going to work on this project. I have to schedule it in my day. If that's how you prioritize, great, then do that. Some people may say, maybe you have a best friend, a husband or a wife or somebody who will hold you accountable, or maybe be walking alongside you in this. Hold me accountable. I want to text once a week. How is this business venture going? How is this wonderful idea? How is it going? Give me a weekly text. Maybe it even comes from your mom or dad. If it's a priority, if it's important enough, you'll either put things in place to hold yourself accountable, or you'll allow the people in your life that love you and care about you to hold you accountable. But if you don't care that much, if it's not really inside of you, then you may just continue to be a visionary, to have dreams, but you do nothing about it. And so, unfortunately, in that situation, yeah, it's not that cool. Anybody can have ideas. Number 4, okay, of dope. I must have said that in a funny way. Like, that was dope. But I'm not using it in that reference, like that 1980s slang. If you're older like me, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, focus. E, everything does not matter. Everything does not matter. We get pulled in a lot of directions to do things. We get pulled by our kids, and then we feel guilty if we let our kids down. Our job is going to pull us in these different directions. Our own kind of wants and desires for different elements of our life are going to pull us in a different direction. The reason why this is in here is if you have a vision and you want to get organized and you want to prioritize your life, then you have to tell people no. Tell them no, tell them why. Your little, your job wants this out of you, whatever. Hey, I need 30 minutes that I really want to work on this. Can you help me? Can you be a part of my vision with me? You can be saying this to your child. You can be saying this to your husband. Like, let's do this together. And that also becomes motivating. But you have to tell some people no. You can't do everything. You can't accomplish everything. When you get spread thin, your life is going to take a nosedive in terms of being able, you're just treading water. You're just trying to stay afloat. Let me give you a perfect example of how this happens to so many of you. Let's say you have kids, and let's say they're ranging in age of 8 to 15. You've got 3 of these little guys and gals, and they're participating in sports or drama or music or whatever the activity. They're playing activities. Well, you're driving them to these places, right? And then you're watching their performances, and you have to have enough money to pay for all of these things. Oh, remember, you work 40 to 50 hours a week. You'd like to have a date with your husband every now and then. You're stretched too thin. Our children's activities. But wait a second, my life is all about them. I want them to succeed. I want them to grow. Yeah, you sign them up for everything. They're doing everything, some of which doesn't mean or matter at all. It's not really a life of purpose. It's to just give them another source of entertainment and to check something off the box. It doesn't all matter as much as you think. You need to tell your kids no. We're not going to sign you up for something every single, we're not doing it. You see, because when you teach your child about what your vision is and have conversations about their vision, we start living more intentional. When we start living more intentional, we view things not from a selfish standpoint, but we actually are like, our lives actually matter. We're doing these things for specific reasons. We have to teach our kids this, which means we have to tell other people no. And that's an empowering thing. Some people have trouble telling anybody no. When we teach our kids, no, I'm not going to do that. And when you tell your kid, you're not hurting your kid. Listen, most kids in the history of their being kids don't do all the millions of things that kids have done in the last 20, 30 years. This is a new phenomenon. Your kid's going to be just fine. They're going to survive. Kids have survived without television, without video games, without being, playing 8 different sports in a winter. And again, make sure I am not the best role model in this area. My kids were signed up for way too much at times, probably. I wrestle with it a little bit even now. I got to coach most of it, so I was there for it, so that there's a source of appreciation, but there was lots of sacrifices that came with that. And so we just have to make the right decisions when it comes to this. Okay. My kid advice in my song today, let's first talk about the kid advice. We're talking about action, right? And I'm kind of talking about the parents' action, but let's talk about the kids' action. We love to get right behind our child as they're living their life and just sweep up all their messes. Catch them before they fall. Fix it before they break it. Well, I'm just here to tell you that's horrible to do for your kid. Your kids need to fail. They need to fall. They need to figure it out. They need to fix it. I've got this guy who started working for me, right? Kind of a younger guy. Doesn't have a lot of experience. And I run a lawn business. Doesn't have a lot of experience. And I basically told him, look, you're coming in here with limited experience. You have more questions than I even feel like giving you answers. You're going to have to fail. You're going to have to figure certain things out. I am not going to walk beside you. So all of your little questions, some of which are good, some of which aren't. No, I'm not doing it for you. Now, that's not my kid, but the mentality is what I'm trying to get across. The mentality with our kids, let them fail. Helicopter moms, not the mom, or helicopter dads, not the dad, but the helicopter needs to be shot down. The helicopter is not good. Your child's development and ability to mature and grow, to ultimately have visions like we talked about last week, but the action means there'll be failure. The action isn't going to look good to everyone. Quit trying to make your kid look and be viewed by other people or even yourself as this beautiful specimen of a child. It's okay if they suck. It's okay if they even make mistakes. It doesn't mean that we're not there for guidance and support, but it also means I'm not fixing your life every time. I'm just not doing it. And that would be my advice to the way you empower is to give vision, carve out time for action, and when the action doesn't work or the action was the wrong way to go, okay, so what's next? I'm not here to answer all your questions. What's next? You tell me what's next. Just like I told this new employee, I'll be telling you probably when you make a mistake right away. And I see that you're going to make a mistake. I'm letting you experience that mistake because I'm not here to stop mistakes. I want you to feel and have that experience and then make the better choice next time. Song today is kind of it's kind of a motivational one for me. I don't necessarily this isn't probably a top 10 song on my playlist, but and most of you have heard the song by Eminem, Lose Yourself. Listen to it again. Powerful song about figuring out your stuff, your business. Go get something done. Quit making excuses. Get your life in order. Don't say what you're going to do. Start creating those habits that lead to success and you accomplishing something more than just having watched season 2 of whatever show on Netflix in a day. That's not really an accomplishment. There's other things you can do. Figure out what those things are. Not against relaxing, not against that, but get after something. Even if it's one thing, get after something. Help make someone's life better, your own life better. And what's wrong with you? You're not doing anything. So do something. Hey, just one more little shameless plug. I so appreciate you sharing, commenting, subscribing, liking. That goes a long way in this little adventure that I'm in. And so what's wrong with you? Nothing, because you're going to subscribe and like. And then we'll all be friends. So I appreciate that. Also, follow The Ben Keech Show on TikTok. I'm posting little things almost every day now. Let me know what you think about that. And I can't wait till we talk next time with episode 9, which I've been picking on you guys for 2 straight weeks now. So episode 9 is What's Wrong with Me? What's Wrong with Ben? So yeah, bring your paper and pencil and be ready to take notes on this one. It should be special. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Let's keep the conversation going. You can reach out on Ben's website, www.TheBenKeechShow.com, or on social media to chat. And please remember to subscribe so that you never miss an episode.